Hello there. This is your official welcome to music class. I'm Mrs. Nyhoff, and I teach music at two schools, Central and Warren. I love Doctor Who, and I have two dogs, Talk and Fry. My husband Phil works as a veterinary technician. I hope you had an amazing summer and that you're ready to be back at school. I know that I'm super excited to be back here with all of you. Okay, so let's talk about how I run my classroom. Most of you know that I'm pretty laid back and flexible. I have a few principles that I like to keep in mind though. I use these principles because I care about all of you too much to let problems get in the way of your learning. I work really hard to be fair and reasonable. Here's what you need to know about how I expect you to act in my classroom. I want you to feel comfortable being yourself in music class, which means that I allow you to do pretty much anything, as long as it doesn't cause a problem for anyone else. Now, I'm going to pause the video. Will you talk to your neighbor about at least one thing you can do in music that won't cause a problem for anyone, and at least one thing that will cause a problem for someone? Awesome. Now, if you cause a problem, I'm going to ask you to solve it. You are all super responsible, so I know I don't need to solve problems for you. Talk to your neighbor about an example of a music class problem and how you could solve it. Of course, not every problem is easy to solve. Or maybe you'll make a choice that's kind of a bummer and you'll choose not to solve the problem. Well, if that's the case, if you can't solve the problem or choose not to, I'll have to do something. Not every person or every situation is the same, so I can't tell you right now exactly what I'll do. Just know that I'll do something, and what I do will depend on the special person and the special situation. I'm going to pause the video again. Raise your hand to share one thing that I might do if someone doesn't solve a problem when I ask them to. So, there it is. All I ask is that you try to avoid any problems, but if some come up, and they probably will, I'll ask you to solve them. If the problem doesn't get solved, that's when I do something. Finally, there's a chance that you'll think the thing I do is unfair. If you think that, no need to make a fuss, just whisper to me, I'm not sure that's fair, and we'll talk. Maybe not right that second, but we'll talk, okay? Now, that was a lot of blabbing. Are there any questions specifically about how I run my classroom? My favorite way to sum it all up is this: DFTBA. What does that stand for? Don't forget to be awesome. I'll do my best to be awesome, and you do your best to be awesome, and we're going to have an amazing year.
Created using Powtoon.